As the centuries unfolded, humanity's reach extended to the far corners of their own solar system. The initial forays onto the barren landscapes of Mars and the icy plains of Europa were but a prelude to an era of grand exploration. Each step was cautious, measured as if humanity were dipping toes into the cosmic ocean. Yet, within these steps lay countless stories of hardship, ingenuity, and the indomitable human spirit. The colonization of Proxima Centauri's planet, which had come to be known as Novaterra, was a journey fraught with perils. The first settlers battled against a relentless, alien environment. Their domed cities stood as beacons of resilience, while outside, violent storms raged and unfamiliar diseases lurked. But through trial and error, terraforming technologies advanced, and life began to take root in the alien soil. The struggle fostered a unique culture, one that valued community and the collective over the individual, a stark contrast to the fiercely independent spirit that had characterized the early spacefarers from Earth. Scientifically, the endeavor to reach Novaterra pushed the boundaries of known physics. The propulsion systems that enabled this journey were the product of decades of research into antimatter and its potential as a fuel source. Harnessing this volatile energy was not without its setbacks. Early prototypes had resulted in catastrophic failures, losses mourned across the world. It was only through the collective mourning and subsequent solidarity that the necessary breakthroughs in containment and stabilization were achieved, making interstellar travel a reality. As humanity spread, the cultural diversity of Earth blossomed into a galactic mosaic. Each colony became a melting pot of Earth's various ethnicities and traditions, evolving independently to adapt to their new worlds. This diversity occasionally led to tensions as colonies developed unique identities, but it also fostered a renaissance of art, philosophy, and science, as distant humans sought to understand their place in the universe. Philosophically, the silence of the cosmos weighed heavily on the human psyche. Great thinkers pondered the loneliness of their species. Was life an aberration, a fleeting spark in the dark? The lack of extraterrestrial life led to a movement known as the Solipsis School, which posited that humanity was alone by design, a unique experiment by the universe to understand itself. This idea drove the species to introspection, contemplating the moral implications of their expansion and the rights of the life they seeded. The responsibility of playing God was not lost on them, and it was debated in public forums and private conversations across the stars. The breakthrough that allowed for faster-than-light travel, the theoretical manipulation of strange matter, was a turning point in human history. The work was not without its detractors. Many feared that tampering with such forces could lead to an unraveling of the very fabric of space-time. It was the Aegis event, a near disaster that nearly tore a colony's ship asunder during an early test of the FTL drive, which served as a stark reminder of these dangers. But from the brink of disaster rose a unified understanding of the delicate balance required to wield such power. The technology was refined, and the pathways through the stars were opened. When humanity finally built their habitat around Sagittarius, a asterisk, it was not a fortress of isolation but a monastery of contemplation and guardianship. They watched as life evolved across the galaxies, but they also looked inward, seeking to understand the deeper truths of existence. And when they broke their silence, it was not to proclaim dominance or offer guidance, but to share their journey, their reflections, and their dreams for all life to find its own path in the vast, uncharted wilderness of the cosmos. We have watched, we have lived, we are proud, we are humanity, was not an end but a beginning. It was an invitation for all sentient life to join in the great conversation of existence, to share stories, to learn from one another, and perhaps to find answers to the questions that had long haunted the human soul.